if it look okay, no need the big renovation, and you rent out for 40,000 baht, that's already 6% yield.
6% yield.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you expect more, you do negotiation.
Yeah. Okay. Hi, so today I am joined by Khun Oh, a real estate with 10 years of experience in the Bangkok property market. And in this video, we're going to talk about what kind of condos in Bangkok can generate for an investor, a consistent cash flow and can resell at a profit. And around that, we're going to talk about other topics like the common problems that an investor often faces. And question that a lot of people ask about is, are we in a bubble? So without further ado, Khun Oh, thank you so much for joining us today.
สวัสดีค่ะ
So for you, you often deal with foreign buyers, right?
Yes. In my 10 years of my career, more than 95% of my clients are foreigners.
I see.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people, they often say like, why buy when you can just rent, right? But obviously you get a lot of clients who buy. So what is their main buyer motivation?
The reason for people to buy a condo in Bangkok, firstly, when they send me the inquiries, I will ask them what is the main purpose that they want to buy a condo. And first reason, they want to buy because especially the Asian buyers, they come into Thailand like every week, every 2 weeks. So they are looking for the second home to stay rather than paying to the hotels.
Mm-hmm.
So these people, they used to stay in a small unit in Hong Kong or in Taiwan. So they prefer a brand new condo that they can live nicely, enjoy facilities. And then if they can rent out short term, it's fine. Or they host their family or friends when those people come to Thailand. That's the first reason. And then the second one would be the foreigners who live here long term. They have family here, they have business here, they need 2-3 bedrooms apartment to stay. And they already paying 50,000, 65,000 for their apartment. So if they are paying from their own pocket or the company paying the allowance for them, they think, okay, if I'm staying here 5-6 years, I better to buy. Why I have to give it to others?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the first one is people who come here back and forth.
Yeah.
They don't want to rent a hotel anymore.
Right.
They want some place that is familiar for themselves.
Yes.
And then they can rent it out when they're not here.
Right.
Airbnb or through an agent or someone. The second one is bigger people that want to live here for long. At least they want some kind of asset.
Yes.
Right. So actually they're buying not only to live in, but as an investment asset as well that can generate some cash flow for them.
Yes.
Right. Now you recently gave a talk that was really amazing, was about the common problems that an investor often confronts. And I listened to this and it was great because these are things that I had no idea about. It's something that only you with experience would think of and experience. So could you share with us this?
Yeah. The problem for the new investor that buy the condo in Bangkok, first thing is that they don't know the market. So they buy because it look nice. And they went to a sale gallery, the mock-up room look pretty, and the facilities on the video look nice. So it's very attractive for them and they decide to buy. It's very easy because the price, if compared to their home country, it's quite cheap, like maybe 50% cheaper than from their home country. So they buy, but they actually have no idea who will be the future tenants. So condo on the BTS, there will be like 1,000 units from one station. But once they put the money in and they have no idea who will be the future tenants, the problem is they have to compete with the neighbors, not only in the same building, but other towers around in the same BTS as well. Also, because of the small unit, the problem that they will face is when they have to deal with the young expat, for example. You pay for the condo 7 million baht and you have to compete with this price war. You have to reduce the rental price. And these young people, you expect that they will take care of all your needs? No.
No, right.
No, they pay less
These
and
kids.
they don't care. They come with only one luggage and they want everything. But if you say no to them, they will go to other rooms.
Because there's plenty, right?
Right.
Because like the 1 bedroom, 35 square is like the best selling type of condo.
Yeah.
And people think that, oh, that's good, best selling, but it actually means you have a lot of competition.
Right.
Right. And so it's kind of like, yeah, if you don't like provide them with a great living, they can just go next door, shopping,
Right.
shopping all the time.
Yes, yes. And also, the second problem for the new investor is they have no idea what is the cost after once they pay, because all the beautiful facilities come with costs. You know, brand new project right now, the price for common fee would be 75 baht per square meter per month. So if you buy 35 square meter condo, end of the year, you pay around 45,000 baht as a common fee. And
Right.
yeah.
So that eats into the rent that you collect.
Yes. And think about when you buy a new condo where same tower, 49% of the ownership are foreigners. What happens when your juristic office cannot reach these people to invoice the common fee payment? When the money don't come, the maintenance will go low. The juristic office will not be happy because they have less money to manage, and sometimes it's effect on their salary. So it's really bad things. And as a co-owner, everybody has the responsibility to make sure that everything in the buildings is running well. So it's all about the money.
And if it doesn't run well, these people that want to rent it, they look at it like, I don't like the facilities. I want to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
And the value goes down too.
Right. It doesn't matter when you have 2 swimming pool, like big swimming pool, but when your neighbor don't pay, how it's going to look like for that swimming pool?
It's just the murky swimming pool.
Yeah, I already have seen.
Dirty.
Right. The movie room and the onsen. And onsen is very expensive.
Of course.
And at the end of the day, you know, right now, everybody that has onsen, they will charge per time if somebody want to use it, because they cannot afford to use the common fee to taking care of the onsen anymore. Yeah.
You mentioned also a lot of people, they always think, I want to buy on a high floor, right?
Yes.
And you laugh because, yeah, tell us.
I used to work for a developer. I work closely on how to decide the price. And I know the price on the higher floor is more expensive than the lower floor. And when you buy expensive, but when you rent, you have to compete with the floor under you. How can you charge 35,000 baht where your neighbor charge 18,000? So actually you pay more and you can rent for less. And then when you want to sell, you have to compete with the competitors on the lower floor. So how you can compete, right? Also, if you live on a higher floor, the signal for the internet connection, the phone signal will be down. That is a minus.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Because it's higher than the signal antenna tower.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So
yes.
worse internet.
Yes.
Also more hot.
Very hot.
We're in a high floor right now, and we had to like wait a long time for the air condition to cool this out.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. And another thing that you mentioned is also like you mentioned, you have to like take care of the place, make it very presentable. That means you have to really invest a lot of money to furnish the place in furnishing to make it look really nice.
Yes. Right. Yes. Also, the problem with the foreign investor is if they don't have somebody to be here all the time to make sure that your tenant pay the money, it's going to be a problem, because if you rent out for the young expat, sometimes they have a financial problem. Who's going to charge for your rental? And if something breaking down inside, who will attend and make sure that it's work properly if you don't hire the property management company?
Yeah.
Because agent here, we rent 1 year contract and we collect the commission 1 month. That's for marketing fee. It's not property management.
Management, yeah. So you as an agent help them find the property.
Right.
But you don't come in and manage all the time. That's completely
No,
different.
no, no.
So who do they have to hire for that?
There are some good property management company, or even some of my colleagues, she taking care only Chinese investor, for example. She have 300 units together to rent out. So she charge 1 month for marketing fee and another month for management fee. So those could be an option.
Okay. So we started with this video with all the problems about buying a condo in Bangkok. So the next question is, does that mean buying a condo in Bangkok is actually a bad investment idea?
Actually, investment is all about opportunities. If you do same old things like other, it's not called opportunities.
Yeah.
So you have to search for the real opportunities. And in Bangkok, we still have some opportunities. Every year, even right now, we have around 2 million expats, foreigners working here. But these foreigners, we include the people from Myanmar, Laos, Cambodia. So the white collar, the high paid foreigners with work permit, all over Thailand would be 100,000 people.
From 2 million?
Yes.
It's only 100,000?
Yes.
So we are all competing for these 100,000.
And good thing is, half of them are in Bangkok.
Are in Bangkok. So we have 50,000
yes,
high-paying wealthy expats to compete for. So
and that's the number before you cut off teacher and the technician level.
All right.
Yeah. So it would be somewhere around 30,000 people.
Okay, 30,000.
Yeah.
So this is the opportunity to market your condo to these 30,000 people.
Yes.
So what do these 30,000 people want
from
a condo?
Okay.
Right. Obviously, they don't want a 35.
No way.
No way, right?
No way.
They don't want to live in a giant unit with 200 other people, right?
No.
They want something different.
Right. These people, they expect the bigger space, the place that they feel like home when they come back from work. For example, the Japanese family, they come with family. Maybe they have kids, 1, 2 kids. They need like 2, 3 bedrooms. So at least they need a 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom with the size of 150 square meters. Make sure that the kitchen look nice and proper. And in the bathroom, there must be the bathtub for the father, to use the bathtub, enjoy the hot water.
Japanese people, they like the bathtub.
They need it.
That's a requirement if you want to market to a Japanese family. Okay.
Yes. And even they work in Chonburi or Rayong, their lifestyle, they prefer to come back to stay in Bangkok with the family because the kids go to school around here.
Ah, I see.
So mainly, it must be the condominium that can give a bigger space, close to school, close to Japanese supermarket, that the wife can go for grocery shopping. Yeah, the kids, it's easy to go to school. That's what they want. And if we talk about Western, okay, Westerner looking for big balcony, big space, and it will be the best if it's facing to the west side that they can enjoy the sunset, enjoy it on a big balcony, hang out with friends, barbecue. That's the dream.
For Westerners.
Right.
They want the balcony.
Right.
The Japanese want the bathtub.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
No, this is good. Good to know.
Yes. And actually, these people, they know Bangkok, so they don't need to be like right next to the BTS. They are in the management level. They have car with the driver, or even the expat couple. The people who inquire to live in that kind of space, some they ride a motorbike. So they know the Bangkok subsoil very well.
Right.
So they're looking for a bigger space rather than stuck in the fancy condo, but shrink space.
Yeah. So it's okay if it's not right next to the BTS. They can be farther and the room is larger.
Yes.
And obviously that would be cheaper for you to buy too. So larger spaces, not necessarily near the condo. The Japanese want their bathtub. Westerners want their balcony for the lifestyle and all like that. And you said close to schools or supermarkets and all like that. So let's actually narrow this down. So we narrowed it down. Okay, we take out no one bedrooms. These are two to three bedrooms.
Yes.
Approximately how many square meters would be a nice size?
A 2-bedroom should be around 100 square meter.
100.
And 3 bedrooms, I would say somewhere around like 150 up to 160 square meter.
150 to 60. Okay.
Yeah, 3 bedrooms.
All right.
3 beds and must be 3 bathrooms.
3 bed, 3 bathroom.
If you found the place, 3 bed but two bathroom, that's the minus. Don't take it.
Oh, it's a minus.
It's minus.
Okay, good to know. And does not have to be near the BTS.
No need.
Yeah, which is good. It will be cheaper to buy.
Yes.
So, and you mentioned near supermarkets, near schools. So what neighborhood in Bangkok should be good?
The people who can afford this price of renting, they prefer to stay in Phrom Phong, Thong Lo, Ekamai. Rarely to see Japanese in Nana. Right? Western some, but I would say the neighborhood that can give a homey feeling. You can see some green and the street look okay, not flood on the raining season. Would be Phrom Phong, Thong Lo, Ekamai, and some soy.
Some soys. So, okay, let's stay with these 3 BTS stops, right?
Yes.
Phrom Phong, Thong Lo, Ekamai. Because that's close to, there's a few parks too, right? There's the Seoul Park. There's the park at
Venjasiri Park next to
Park.
Emporium.
Yeah, there's Fuji Japanese Market. Phrom Phong is an expat area too.
Yes.
Some international schools in this area.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's also on the east side. You can drive to Chonburi easier, right?
Yeah.
You go to the Bang Na Trat road and drive
right.
down to Chonburi. So, okay, we're painting a picture here of the life. So you said 2 bedrooms around 100 square, 3 bedrooms 150 in this area. What price? Okay, so first of all, how old or how new are these condos? Can you get a brand new condo like this? No? Okay.
Because if it's brand new condo, okay, along Sukhumvit line, I would say average price for a brand new condo would start 250,000 baht per 1 square meter.
250 per square, yeah.
So if you want something 2 bedrooms, comfortable size, 120 square meter, you have to pay something 40 million up.
40?
Yes.
Over $1 million.
Yes, for example, Vittorio or Cram 26.
Yeah.
That kind of things. But if you want similar space, you have to compromise with the distance from the BTS. And the building, of course, it will be the older building. And all like 20-something years.
20 years. Okay.
Yeah.
So like around year 2000.
Yeah.
How about 10 years? Is that still too expensive?
The 10 years old
like
building,
2010, around there.
It's still, you have to pay more than 100,000 baht per square meter.
Okay. So what would be a good price per square meter to look for?
Let's say when you go through the internet, you will see the room with the asking price. If it starts something below 100,000 per square meter.
Okay.
80,000, for example, per square meter. And then if you buy 100 square meter, it would be somewhere like 8 million baht.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's okay now. That's not bad. Yeah.
8 million baht. And if it look okay, no need the big renovation, and you rent out for 40,000 baht, that's already 6% yield.
6% yield.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you expect more, you do negotiation.
Yeah. Okay. So, okay, around 80, no more than 100,000 per square. Right. That's possible to find.
Yes. Yes.
And that would be a building that's maybe 20 years old.
Yes.
And you said renting it out for 40,000.
Yes.
Is that common?
Yeah, common.
With a 6% yield.
Yep.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Wow. And so, are these buildings like easy to find, or does it take a lot of searching?
It takes some work to search, because it's not only about go by the price. this is old building. You need to make sure that the structure is still okay, because some place you can find very cheap, but the outside look very bad, and the facility already ran down. Nobody take care of it. That's not a good future. So if you want something reasonable price, well-maintained buildings, good neighbor who willing to pay the common fee.
Oh, yeah.
That's the most important.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we need some research.
Yeah.
Yes.
And obviously, as an agent, you would have the knowledge of these places, right?
Yes.
Like, and this is a little bit of an advertisement to use an agent, right?
Yes.
If you're if you're an expat Westerner, not familiar. I mean, even I have a YouTube channel about real estate. I don't know where to find these because I don't work in it every single day, but you obviously have contacts in this neighborhood, and you specialize in this area.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So now a lot of people, I get a lot of these comments, they are often confused by a lot of Thai condo owners, and maybe it's the business practice here where they price the condos at a pretty high price and they just refuse to discount. And then a lot of them are like, why? Like, and they just see it staying empty and not selling, yet they refuse to discount. So what is going on? What are these people thinking?
The mindset of the people who has money. That's why they can own many condos in Sukhumvit, right? They bought it since the building start, let's say 30 years ago. From that time until now, they already make money. And they didn't own only one unit. So for example, if they own 20 units, they are not in a rush to sell or rent. If they cannot get the right price or the right tenant, they better not to take that. They can wait. So that's why if you want to get a good property, you need to work with a good agent who know how to deal with these owners. Because Thai people, we are special, you know.
We are. That's why you love us so much.
We are special, you know. Even you try to get a lower price, you use many agents, talk with the same owner.
Yeah.
Once they found out that you do that, they're not going to deal with you. They will say that, oh, this Farang, it's cheater, abuse agent. I don't want to do business with them. Or if you use some agents who has no idea how to deal with these respectful, wealthy Thai people, once they don't like you, they're not going to talk with you anymore. The door will shut.
Wow.
Even they abandon that unit for many years. It's look ugly, private, very good. And they said, I want to sell. But if they feel they don't like you, they're not going to talk with you.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So how can you approach these people and get them to sell it to you?
Okay. If you are new to the city, I better recommend to talk with the agents who know how to deal with this. Yes.
Yeah.
Because the mindset of Western, I've seen many times, you guys are very straightforward. You want to speak. This is the fact. I want this.
Yeah.
Right? And I can see from my own eye, you guys doesn't have enough passion to.
Of course.
So you need someone in
delicate,
right?
The delicate, sensitive process.
Yes. Giant yen. We need this. Giant yen.
Yeah, it's a hot country, but you have to giant yen.
Yes. You want a good thing, you better to wait. You know? It's a long-term project.
Like when you're dating, you need to giant yen, right? You don't just rush on the first date. Right? So,
yes.
You want to date a Thai woman, you have to giant yen.
Yes, and many properties, you know, very good price, very good location.
Yeah.
They ask me, Khun Oh, I want to sell.
Yeah.
But don't put on advertisement. So how I can sell? They will say, but pick the right one. You know, deal with the people who are willing to talk. Bring to me. I will sell to the one that I want to sell.
I didn't know this. So there's people that they want to sell, but they don't advertise. They only tell you.
Right. Face is very important.
Right. So obviously, if you're not using an agent, you will never know about these places.
Yes. And many deals, good deals, sometimes we cannot put on the internet. We propose direct to our buyers. And for example, my fastest deal, you know, it's closed like Once I sign the agreement with owner, I sell it straight away because price is very good. It's never go through the internet.
Okay. So these are, I guess, private listings.
Yeah.
Private listings that you have access to. So, okay, we talked a little bit about, the process of you find a good place and how to use an agent to negotiate. One big issue about buying a condo is that a lot of people are concerned with is obviously the ability to resell it. So you talk about the way you advise your clients. You also give them a exit plan to a resell plan. Can you talk about this?
Okay. When I mentioned, search for the old condo price below 100,000 baht per square meter. You renovate, you rent, and wait until you finish 5 years to avoid the business tax. And then you sell. Check the price at that time. I would say you can use the benchmark from the most expensive unit in the same condo. If your neighbor now advertise 96,000 baht per square meter, for sure in the next 5 years you can sell at least that price.
Okay.
Right?
So that's a trick.
Right.
Yeah.
Also, this is like the case study. For example, in Soy 33, we have 2 towers of Nobles. And the opposite was, opposite Noble projects is the old building. When I started my career 10 years ago, I didn't want to go to that building. It looked like a haunted house. Once Noble start the project, the owner wake up. They renovate it and price go up. From somewhere that nobody want to look at it, now it's almost 100,000 baht per square meter already.
Really?
So when you work with the agent, they must able to give the advice when you should sell. Because if within 5 years, if somebody offer you the price and you see that, okay, this is a good time, you calculate with your agent the number. If it's okay, sell. Don't wait.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. If the price is already give you a profit, many people ask for buying. You did such a great job on renovating and you have a good long-term tenant. This is the good products that ready to sell. So if you have many offer, come sell.
So take the money if you can.
Right.
If they offer you, take it.
Yes, because in real estate investment, we have to think about selling it since the first day that when we buy. We have to make sure that we step in with the right price. We renovate with the reasonable price, get a good tenant, and if we could, we should sell it as fast as we can. Get the profits and then move to the next project because we have no idea what's going to happen. Right? And the old condo, you cannot expect that it will go beyond 100,000 baht per square meter. If it's like almost there, sell. Better to buy other options. Talk with me, I will find.
All right, this is really good stuff so far. You've talked about like the type of condo for that demographic, 2-bedroom in this neighborhood, these features, how to talk to the owner, have an exit plan while you're owning it. How do you make sure, or how do you anticipate in advance that that this condo will be maintained, that it will not deteriorate while you're owning it?
Since you picked it, you have to make sure that they already have a good management system. Check very easy. When you go to the condo where the security guard look tough, that means they have got a good pay.
Oh, really?
Right?
Okay, yeah.
But if you found that the security guard is sleeping, don't care about people coming in and out, it's show that juristic office not strong.
Wow.
Right? And when you go to facilities, if it look like you never see Khun Mae Ban walk around.
Yeah, maids walk around, housekeepers.
And that's the bad sign. Right? But if you found a good place, good management, and then when you buy it, you have to make sure that you participate on the co-owner meeting regularly to make sure the direction, how is the financial situation, your neighbor pay money or not, And I have seen it, my investor, when they buy it, they make sure that they will be the committee of the co-owner.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you cannot just buy and don't care. That's not the thing.
This is not passive income. This is
You need some
semi-passive.
Right.
Some tending to.
Right. And if you have property management company, yeah, they can send someone and make sure that they send the report to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It's like a garden. You have to water it, trim it all the time.
Yes.
You can't just go live in Phuket and expect your condo in Bangkok to
You
be
need
good.
to check something.
You gotta check. Okay. Now, another question is actually with all these things about well-maintained and good price and all like that, does the brand of the condo matter? Does it affect the quality or the price in the future?
Okay. If it's old condo, nobody cares anymore about the brand, right? But let's talk about if you don't want to go to that old condo, you want to buy the quite new. The brand, its effect on when you want to sell it. Because if you sell to, let's say, Thai people, they need to get the loan. And some bank, they have particular requirement that they will give a higher loan to a top 10 listed company.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Right. It doesn't matter about your credit score or your money that you can pay the mortgage, but they care about the brand because brand in their eyes is like, this is good products. And if something happened, it still have the value. When they have to sell, it still have the value. It's different from unknown or SME brand developer.
Okay.
Yeah. But the tenants, I don't think they care.
No?
They just want to close to the BTS, nice facilities.
I guess what I mean is like, does that affect the construction quality of the building, right? The materials, the architect,
Okay.
does the developer, does it matter?
Okay, if they are already listed company, we trust that they have the quality of work, they are good, right? And even in the same brand, they have different segments. If, of course, ultimate luxury, their flagship projects, it will look nice. But we talk about the B or C grade will be different because price cheaper. And for example, Thai people, let's say the generation of the age after, let's say 45 years old, they might love land and house.
Okay.
Yeah, L&H, right? If people around 35 up to 40 something, they might go for Sansiri. Yeah. Young generation would love Ananda, for example.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Because they are very strong on condo. And you see the advertise. Are you a condo type?
Yeah.
Yes. This is for new generation.
Okay. Nice. Let's now talk about the real estate market in general now. So one of the main questions a lot of people want to know is, are we in a bubble?
Okay. If the bubble means price of properties will raise up quick, right now we don't see the fast of the price will increase anymore because so far there were many factors that slow down the market. For example, it starts since 2018.
So before COVID,
Right.
these things are happening.
Yes.
Okay.
Bank of Thailand, they have noticed the rate of NPL, the bad debt,
Non-performing loans.
right? It was increased, and especially on the housing, where the economic was quite good. People buy and sell, and we have Chinese come, we have tourists. But why this NPL is increased, especially in the house? So when they take a look deeper, they found out that the bank compete to each other to get the loan, the customer from these new development projects. For example, if you buy a condo, actual price 2.5 million, but developer offer you cash back. Do the contract, SPA with 3.2, and the bank play along with it. Once you sign the contract, loan approved, you get the condo 2.5 million and the cashback with the 700,000 baht, where the value of the property itself is lower than the debt. This is very dangerous. And that's why that time many people just leave their housing, you know, and BOT have seen this as is a red flag, you know. So they launched the LTV, the loan to value ratio policy, to slow it down, you know. So when you buy your first home, you can get 100% loan. For the second and the third, you have to put more deposit up to 30%. Otherwise, you cannot buy the second home or the third home. This slow down all the speculators. And that's like a big pause. And then 2018, Thai baht was strong. I work with foreigners, you know, cannot sell. I remember, never forget. That's two things, right?
You're going to think, oh, maybe 1920 is going to be better.
Yeah, when the BOT launched the LTV, I said, oh, it's fine. I work with foreigners.
Yeah.
But then Thai baht strong. Okay, enough.
Yeah.
Nothing. We cannot move. So then slow down, and then we have COVID. You know, this 2 year is like all the developers, they have been in a survival mode. No new projects launch, only house in outskirt area, because people don't believe in the condominium next to BTS anymore. You know, they have to work from home, so they expect something bigger. You know, so better to buy the house from somewhere, and they don't need to come to the city anymore. That's why housing market was great. And now the condos, like price, I cannot see that it will be increased anymore.
Not at a fast pace.
No, because people already see that now we are in the problem of oversupply.
Yeah, let's talk about oversupply.
Yes, it's already oversupply. And the people who can buy condo right next to BTS, rent to expat, they already know that it's not easy like before. So they turn to invest on something else. Even developer try to raise up the price according to the land price that they bought. Once the condo launched with 350,000 baht per square meter, people cannot buy, and then developer has to discount. So now new project would be 250,000 per square meter. Yeah. So price will be there. And I don't see that condo price will hide up anymore.
I do see a lot of condo projects coming up though. Do you see this as a problem? Like all this land in Bangkok is just going to be filled with condos, all these like nice sois and Sukhumvit with all the greenery. Are they just going to buy them all up and create all these condos?
There is the limitation on the land size that can build a high rise, because the land price in the central area is very expensive. So if you want to build, it must be a high rise only to get enough money, right? So low rise cannot be the case. And also now we have the EIA, Environmental Impact Assessment. So this system will make sure that the people around the project will not get the bad impact on the health or socio-economy, you know. And for example, right now, if you want to build a high-rise project, if the shadow of that tower, 28 meter tall, if the shadow go down to the house of somebody, and if it's longer than 500 meters, you cannot build. And in that area, if you have even one person not agree, you cannot get approved of the EIA, and then the building cannot build.
Right. So this might not be that related to condo investment, but personally, I think this is an interesting topic, because me, as someone who loves Bangkok, I'm afraid that all these neighborhoods will just get wiped out with all these condos. So you're saying that there's actually ways to prevent that from happening, right? There's laws
Yeah.
that are actually being enforced, right?
Yes, yes, yes. And they think it's very good. Also, the demand to buy the new condo right now is not that high like before.
Mm-hmm.
We passed the time where everyone wants to buy a condo.
Yeah.
We passed that already, you know. 10 years ago, to be in line and buy the paper and then flip after, I've done that. But now, no more, we cannot do it.
Yeah. And the opportunity you said right now that you've outlined is the older 2-bedroom in this neighborhood for the wealthier expats.
Yes.
That's an opportunity you see right now.
Yeah, we talk about the end user, I would say.
Yeah.
The people who stay here long term. And if you want to invest a condo, you know, focus on that niche rather than the small new projects. Yeah. That's the way I can see that there was still some opportunity for people, especially foreigner, you know, want to invest in the condo. That one could be an option.
Wow.
Yeah.
Khun Oh, this was amazing. Your knowledge of this was so immense. And so if you're interested in contacting Khun Oh and have her find you a great place, the description of the video will include how you can get in contact with her. And check out this video that just popped up here to continue learning about investing in condos in Thailand. See you there.